Welcome to the Spotlight segment. This is a segment dedicated to interviews with developers or interesting happenings in the world of Android. And now for this week's episode, here's your Spotlight. Let's now move on to Spotlight 2. And John, we're talking about the coveted OnePlus 13. I know that's Karen's phone. We were talking about it a little while in one of our episodes. I think it was either episode 212. We mentioned that when we were talking about the phones of 2024. And I know OnePlus 13 was something that Karen was kind of hungering for. Let's talk about OnePlus 13, shall we?
So actually, it was released. I don't remember the date. John, do you remember the day? Was it on Wednesday?
Tuesday, I think the 7th.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it was released.
Yeah, so it was this week. Yeah.
Yeah, this week, of course. After it was available in China for maybe more than a month. Actually, it's a good phone. They have released two phones, the OnePlus 13 and the OnePlus 13R. The OnePlus 13 has the best processor right now, which is the 8 Elite from Qualcomm. So it's the most powerful Qualcomm processor right now in phones. So other than that, it starts with 12 gigs of RAM with 256 gigs of storage. And there is the 512 storage with 12 or either 16 gigs. I don't know if there is the 1 terabyte. This is the phone that Warren likes. I'm not sure about this, and I'm not sure about the availability because not all phones are available in all countries. So some variants are
In their
only...
event, in the event, they said that in India, you can get the 24 gigabyte RAM and 1 terabyte storage variant. So, and I guess everywhere they're releasing globally, India is the only place that's gonna, at least that's what it seemed like from the event. India is the only one that's gonna have that model.
Well, also I think that if I remember correctly, I was reading that the European countries will get only the 256 12 gigs RAM. So I don't know why they are just having this variant, but it's the only one. And also they are not having charger in the box, which is something that India, for example, is getting a charger, as far as I remember. So usually, OnePlus gives you everything, but now only the cable and the phone in Europe. So this is also something that it's not really good. Actually, the phone is 6.8 something, 6.82, I think, inch. It's also like the thick side, because I think it's about 8.9 millimeters thick. I don't like this, but yeah, it's a thick phone. It has the 6,000 milliamp hour battery, which is good, I think. But we shouldn't forget that it's also a big phone. But OnePlus does it good with battery life. Usually they have a good score, and they did with reviews. It's shown that the battery is like giving people some security that they won't be left without enough juice at the end of the day. So this is a good thing. Well, the reviewers are praising the device. Well, I'm not gonna talk about cameras, but I was reading that they are struggling slightly in darkness. But OnePlus was never the camera brand, despite the fact that they are just trying to. Which company are they collaborating with?
Hasselblad.
Yeah. Despite this collaboration, well, OnePlus isn't still, it's not considered as the best with respect to camera stuff. Another good thing that they have done is switching from the optical fingerprint sensor to the ultrasonic, which is good because they are asking they're now asking the phone is now expensive. It's not the old days when OnePlus was the flagship killer. It's now a flagship, and it's now treated as a flagship with respect to the price. So they should deal with it like that. So yeah, they are starting to do this, which is good. And it's IP68 rated. And this
You can put it in
IP69
your
thing,
dishwasher, right?
yeah,
That's one
exactly.
of the
This
things that they're
IP69
touting.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's actually
Exactly. Everyone's talking about.
IP69. Yeah, it's so the difference between IP68 and IP69 is that IP69 you can have like high pressure water streams, and it can be a high temperature water also. So yeah, you can literally put it in your dishwasher, or if you forget it's in your pants and you wash your pants, like it'll be fine.
Sanitize that baby. Maybe you've been to some grimy area and feel kind of irky about it. You throw the thing in the dishwasher, let it wash out, or put it in the washer with your clothes. Nice, right? That's Karen, so tell
It's
us more about
cool.
this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, this is about the OnePlus 13. I hope that I haven't forgotten anything. There is still the OnePlus 13R, which is the toned down for version. It's about, I think, $599 priced. So there's some good difference between the price of the two phones, but it packs the 8 Gen 3.
Yeah, last year's
processor, yeah.
That's not bad.
want you-
Actually, that's really good. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
It is.
Yeah.
In fact, it is, and the reviewers are also liking the phone. Actually, it's a good one. Yeah, but the thing is, the other companies are also like this. Price range is dense. There is competition. There is, so I think that they will have some harder time to try to convince people also to get this one, but it's a good one. It's still a good one, but I don't know. Maybe S24 is now cheaper than this, so actually, the S24 could be a better deal for some people. But with respect to OnePlus 13, the S24, the S25 is not there yet, so they have some time to like try to sell. So this is a point. But going back again to the specs, I don't really remember much about the OnePlus 13R, but I think also it starts with 256, 12 gigs of RAM. I don't remember the other specs, but also it's a good phone. I think it's IP65 rated, which
Yeah,
is
that's right.
not really good. I mean, it's like Samsung gives you IP67 with some of the less expensive phones. So I think that they should go again to the IP67. They should just do like what Samsung does. But other than that, well, the phone itself is good, is still good. Regarding updates, the two phones will support 4 years of updates. Now people are just trying to know or trying to assume or wonder, is it 4 years? Is it 4 Android versions? So OnePlus didn't say anything about it until now, but it's 4. Let's hope that they mean 4.
It's 4 Android versions and 6 years of security updates.
Yeah, but they said 4 years. So people were just trying to know if it's 4 years or 4 Android versions, because sometimes, it could be late. Like the company could be late in releasing the version or something. So, OnePlus is not Samsung, it's not Google. So you should be cautious sometimes with those promises. But yeah, 4 years of updates and 6 years of security patches.
How about John's wireless charging? This thing supports wireless charging, does it?
Yeah, the OnePlus 13 does support wireless charging, and the 13R does not. And in fact, if you get their wireless charger, it'll charge at 50 watts wirelessly. And even if you get the magnetic case with that, you can magnetically charge it for at 50 watts. And we didn't mention the charging speed. So I think the 13 is 100 watts, and then the 13R is 80 watts. And also the R has still has the optical fingerprint sensor. So I think the basic differences between the two, besides just last year's processor, is no wireless charging, optical fingerprint. The cameras are not as good, and there's not as many cameras. But yeah, I mean, some people say that build quality even is better on the 13R because, it uses the new Gorilla Glass 7, I think it was. And they both have 6,000 milliamp hour batteries. And the thing about the battery in the OnePlus 13 is they're now using the silicon carbon type of battery, and they have a dual cell, or I think they might call it a stacked battery. So because they're using that technology, they can fit more capacity in a smaller space. So even though the OnePlus 12 was 5,400 milliamp hours, the OnePlus 13 is actually lighter and thinner than that phone, and has a 6,000 milliamp hour capacity. So that's pretty impressive.
Another difference is in the screen size. Isn't the OnePlus 13R 6.7 and OnePlus 13 is 6.8 something?
Yeah.
It's not big, but there is actually a slight
it's
difference.
About the same difference as with the the S24 Plus and the S24 Ultra. So they're close, but not the same size. And the physically, the shape of them, from what I've heard in reviews, the 13R is a completely flat screen, and the 13 still has a little bit. It's mostly flat, but it still has a little curve at the end.
So the one thing that I'd always held against OnePlus is they're kind of very stingy when it comes to storage, as you've indicated earlier on. And I'm kind of surprised that they would be making the 1 TB in the Indian market, but not elsewhere. And most especially when the word on the ground is that OnePlus is actually losing its place in India because of the Pixel phones that are now available in India. So I don't know if that's a nice move or good strategy on their part doing that. But then talking about that fast charging, another thing though is that the OnePlus charger, the wall charger, still has USB-A. At least that's what I was reading. So if you have it, you have to have a cord that is not USB-C to C. So I don't know why they chose to do that. It really doesn't make sense to me. Is there any reason?
It's their charger. I mean, I don't think it matters because they give you the cable that you use, and you're not going to be using it to charge other device. Well, I mean, even if you used it to charge other devices, the other end of it is
but my whole thing is, what if something happens to that cable and you want to use that fast wall break? I don't think what's the point of making it a USB-A? I'm trying to find out the reasoning for doing that, and I can't find it. Does anyone think they know why that would be the case? I mean, what's the point?
I don't know. I mean, I guess they just don't think it matters because it would cost them to make a new one. Like, why make a new one when you have one that's USB-A?
Oh my goodness!
I mean, you can use it with any USB-C charger. If you have a USB-C brick and a USB-C cable already, you can use that. So, it's just
but if you want to get that fast charging thing, you have to use their proprietary, brick. Yeah, so that's my beef about it, because I mean they should have fixed that by now, though. I mean, every wall charger now should be running USB-C, or but most especially if both ends are coming these days. I mean, since maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
So you're not happy that they include it? You think they should include it and make it be a USB-C?
Well, I'm just saying it should be USB-C, because if something happens to the cord that comes with it, then you're toast.
Or
you're
you
not
could
going
get
to
a
get
you
those
could get a
speeds.
new cord.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it's
come
not.
on, John, why are you trying to excuse
I
this
mean,
voice?
I'm just saying it. I don't think it's as that. I don't think it's a big deal. And just to
Yeah,
clarify, from what I have read, I think it's like a European Union or EU regulations reason that they can't include it in the box. So I mean, I'll find out soon enough. I think in the US it is going to come with a charger still. It's just certain regions won't have it in the box.
yeah. And then yet in the same breath, they will allow me to go buy it and buy it for a very expensive price. The whole thing is just turned down on its head, and I think that's the consumer gets shafted in the whole process. It's just I don't think anyone out there is looking out for us. They're all liars looking for ways of making money. That's all this boils down to. But
You like
uh,
slow charging anyway, right?
yeah, I do
Even if
like
you
slow
got this
charging.
phone and they gave you the charger, you wouldn't use it. You use your slow
Well,
pixel
but I'm
charger.
not looking out for me. I'm looking out for people like you who like that so-called fast charging. I don't like my phone. I like my phone. If it'll take 8 hours to charge, let it take eight
I mean,
hours to
I
charge.
mean, I like I mentioned earlier, I use wireless charging, so I won't use this, but I mean, I'll be happy when I have it because the only time I charge my phone with the wire is like, oh crap, I forgot to charge it last night. That type of situation. And then I plug it in. So it will be nice to have that option to charge it quickly if I need to. But
Yeah,
day to day, I'm not going to be using the fast charger.
that makes sense.
Yeah, so Warren, you were going to buy this one and replace your Pixel, but the thing that prevented you was only that it had this USB-C, USB-A charger cable, I mean.
Well, no, not really. Frankly, like John said, well,
I'm
probably
trying to
the
find an excuse not to get the thing and say, Pixel is
well,
better,
okay.
guys, Pixel is better.
So here's the reason, and to be honest, I wouldn't even give a rat about the charger because like my things charging slow anyway. I would just plug it direct into my power strips. That's where I plug my phones. But what really made me not to is I couldn't find where to choose the device I want to trade in. John found it, but then to John's credit, he found out that actually they were only giving like $200 something for the Pixel 7 Pro and like 300 or so for the Pixel 8 Pro. And I mean, I'm like, there's no way under heaven I'm going to take my 1 TB device and give it to you for $200. It's just not going to happen. So that's why I'm not getting it.
So, John, are you still going to pre-order the phone?
Yeah, I did pre-order it.
Did you pre-order?
Yeah, so I was actually tempted to buy it from Best Buy because Best Buy had it like in stock, like you could pick it up, and OnePlus is saying I might get it by the 17th. So I got my shipping label, but it just says label created. I mean, I got my shipping number, but it just says label created. FedEx doesn't even have it yet. So I don't know when I'm going to get it. I hope I'm going to get it next week. But yeah, I did order it just to mention the pricing and the upgrades that they're offering right now. I think you have until like February 7th to get a free storage upgrade. So the starting for the OnePlus 13, it starts at $899, and that's for 256 and 12 gigabytes of RAM. And the normal price for the 512 version with 16 gigabytes of RAM is going to be $1,000, but right now you can get it for the same price, so you can get it for the $900 as long as you get it before February 7th. So basically, anybody buying the 256 gigabyte version is not making the right choice at this point, unless obviously, like you mentioned earlier, some regions don't even offer the 512. But here in the US, they're offering the free upgrade. They're also offering a free gift, so you can pick OnePlus Buds 3 or OnePlus Watch 2, I think, as a free gift. So, I'm getting the watch. I'm probably not even going to open it. I'm just going to sell it and try to get some of my money back. But that is one of the the deals they're offering right now if you order directly from them. So yeah, and they are offering decent trade-ins for certain models. So if you have a phone to trade in, and you're interested, definitely see what they're offering you. I told them I'm going to trade in my Z Fold 6, but I haven't decided if I'm going to go through with it or not. Because what they do is they charge you the full amount up front, and then after they get your device for trade-in, they'll refund you whatever they quoted you for the device. But yeah, as of now, I have it coming at some point.
So if you were trading in, or like you said, you put in there that you are trading in your 6 Fold, how much were they offering you for that trade-in of the Fold?
800. So
So you'll get the phone for like $100.
yeah, actually less than that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not bad, especially if you like the phone. Of course, you've had your 6 Fold for a while now, and so if you really want to, you could. But this is the Fold; it's not the Flip, right?
Yeah, it's the Fold. So it's
I
even
don't
though
know that I would give my Fold
yeah,
for this.
that's what I'm still thinking about it, because this is the Fold that I got for a steal, but
Yeah,
that steal was like $1,100. So
exactly.
I paid $1,100 for it. So actually, what I'm planning at this point is because I'm also getting the S25 in some form, right? I don't know which S25 I'm getting, but their event is on the 22nd, I think. And I'm going to see what they're going to offer me for my Fold. And if they offer me more for it, then I'll just not send it into
Definitely.
OnePlus. I'll
Yeah.
just use it towards that one. And then I'll figure out something else to pay down the credit card. I have other devices I
Speaking
can sell.
of S25, I'm kind of not sure about if I'm going to get it or not.
Why is that?
Why is that,
Well-
Sally? You're not enthused about it?
Well,
I
I'm
thought you are the
super
Samsung boy.
excited, but I don't know. I want to get the Plus version this time because I'm more than sure that the 25 will be coming with a smaller battery, but the Plus will be costly, and not sure how they will be
Just
trading in
try to
format.
trade in your own. Samsung
I will
is
do. I will do that, but not
you
sure how
know?
it's going to be the value for S23.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
and trade
thing
in
with
that one.
One thing with Samsung is sometimes they'll give you more for your device if you're buying a more expensive phone. So, like, for example, if you're upgrading to the S25, they might say we'll give you 400 for your old phone. But then if you're upgrading to the Plus, they'll say we'll give you 450 for that same phone. But because you're buying a more expensive phone,
Yeah,
you know,
the thing is, like, they always give you extra deals for pre-orders, and I
Yeah.
will see what happens. They gave me a code for getting the wireless charger and Smart Tech 2 for free if I ever get to order 25 one of the 25s. But we'll see if I'm going to get any extra deals. But if not, if I'm not getting any extra deals, I'm not be buying it. Let's see what happens.
And another thing that we didn't mention, that OnePlus, they will take in any of your phone, regardless of what shape it is. They'll give you $100 discount, right? Did I read that right?
Good.
John?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they will.
So can I give them a Nokia E5, for example, and they'll give me $100?
Yeah, I think you should be able to.
I did not read that fine of the print.
Well,
But
it says any cell phone.
maybe
so
they mean smartphone.
It's a cell phone. It's
yeah,
a
well,
smart
it says
also.
cell
Something was
phone.
smart in its days. So
Well, I'm sure they will give it to you because the whole idea is they're trying to make people buy it. So
yeah, they're just recycling them
frankly,
anyway.
yeah, they're recycling those ones. So even if
Not like they're
it's
trying
just
to resell them.
$100, they're giving you off for that phone. So yeah, really, if one has some phone they like to throw in there to get that $100 discount, they'll still get that regardless of the type of the cell phone.
I remember at one point Samsung did a trade-in for one of their Galaxy Buds, and they said they'd give you $50 for any pair of earbuds, wired or wireless. So you could like literally just like find the cheapest pair of like wired headphones or go buy some from the dollar store, and then get $50 off.
Oh my gosh, John, you're brilliant.
But yeah, I mean, they don't expect to it's the same as this. They don't expect to make any money off of what you're trading in. They're just giving you that option
Yeah.
to try to tempt more people into buying it.
Exactly. They just want people to buy it, and that's the whole point. So we sell so many units. So I mean, if you buy it, if you throw in a very phone that is very bad or whatever, at least they're only losing $100. I mean, so this phone probably in reality may be just cost effective. It could be just like $600 or whatever, but they're making it $900. So when they discount 100, they're not losing much. They're making more money if more people buy it, trading in those phones. They're still actually winding up on top. So you have an old phone, throw that baby in, get that $100 discount.